Oh, I had stuff to read. Also, I'm back. Legacy into the depths. Saint is pleased with the mission progress, but remains concerned about over Sloane's well-being. He recounts how Shiva Araf goaded Osiris into a battle he couldn't win, and how Sagira was slain as a result. Even Saint himself is not immune to the war god's barbs. I felt how the right words, the right face can incite one to violence, he says, with a heavy heart. He urged you to stay beside Sloane and offer her the support she needs. The screen illuminates, revealing an encoded message that unscrambles itself as a projector. Recognize your credentials. It reads this on, start recording. Oh, is it okay? Hey hero, clear throat. Hey hero. You dredged up some mighty fine scrap for me. Pyramid tech that's all those rot bags could get their hands on. And I hammered that black gold into shape. Now my rig's running smoother than liquid methane. Sloane and the long hair and the long girl, their special link is pretty strong, thanks to you and me. But it's missing something to bridge the gap between the big old worm and the low old lady. Thunder guns respectfully. Seeing as how you're always in the mood to do favors, how about one more? I need something under the table. We need a little something out of the both worlds, you dig? One of those traitor goes. The bad ones, the high ones. Scrap them and bring me the fragments. Savvy those throne worlds to chock full of them, but I got one in mind. Details hit you soon.
The ever-forward march of time has a humorous way of looping in on itself, doesn't it?
In some ways. A long-lived perspective makes it difficult not to see trends die and resurface.
Do you think that's how the witness sees us? Variations of potential, or lack thereof?
What's really on your mind?
Sloane. She is singularly focused on her mission. That type of focus. You forget to come up for air. It's like a death when it's over.
Your command can be an anchor. Keep her from drifting. That's what I tried to do for you.
I seem to recall pushing back against your methods quite often.
The Dark Age drove us to extremes. Your style of leadership is more refined than mine.
It wasn't long ago that I was your pupil. Since then, I'd like to think we've developed a trust beyond authority or duty. How did you foster that friendship while being my superior?
You're not listening, Zavala. I didn't. Remember, you left my tutelage. All I did was give you the lessons I thought you needed to survive.
Aww.
Nothing more.
You're saying I can't be all things?
I'm saying I can't tell you what you want because our friendship was not of my making. When the Iron Lords fell, when the Red Legion caged the Traveler, when the pyramids filled our skies, my heart was not open. You were. Despite your doubts, others see you as a pillar of strength. They're drawn to the shade you provide. Just stay standing.
That was a good talk.
Our minds are one, linked by the darkness, but only for a moment. I must borrow Sloane's voice to speak my words. Please, heed them well.
What her words? What she want to tell us?
Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you, struggling for survival, bolstered by hope, until their hopes became reality. They called it the Gardener. their deity of life.
Yeah, the gardener, the light,
ushered them into
life,
a golden
and all that.
age. For eons,
And then the darkness, the
prospered.
harvester.
But their newfound god never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called
The
it
Veil?
the Veil.
Yep.
And when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe. And
Oh shit, that scared the shit out of me. So, it made me jump. I have this automatic spray I've been tinkering with to see if it works because I wasn't been spraying. So I just put batteries in to see, and then it just shot me with because it wasn't shooting. So I was like, okay, if it hits me, that means it's working. Now I know it's working, so I can go put it back up later. That scared the shit out of me.
create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it.
So, does the witness has the ability to slice stuff like Sakuna? I feel like I've seen that somewhere. Or is it from the witness himself or itself? Didn't the witness cut something to look like strips or something? Was it in one of the earlier cutscene? Hold up, let me.
Arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But
Yeah.
they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily.
How? If all it does is just give
Cosmic
life.
events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat,
I mean, that's how nature
and
works.
so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity.
So because of one thing that happened, they're like, nah, bruh. We gotta get rid of the light. We gotta contain it. We have to control it. Just because a random ass earthquake happens or a tsunami or a tornado, they're like, the light is bad. It gives life, which is terrible. We can't have these things happening. We need something more controlled to use. What?
But of unfettered chaos. By studying the veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness,
For a second, that almost looked like a
they
scythe.
found the means to carve away the chaos of existence.
Kind of looks like the
To
Reaper and the
calcify
scythe and stuff.
it into a final shape.
And their name drop again.
And perfected. They brought
I'm not gonna
the
lie,
veil
that seems
back
really
to the
petty of the
gardener
witness.
in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself.
So when does it get to a part where they
The
combine
gardener
their
would not allow it.
like amalgamation of all this like being?
But they would not be deterred.
Yeah, oh, here it goes.
Having witnessed the truth in the darkness,
Did they just kill themselves?
they used its binding power to merge themselves
The Piccolo,
into the salvation
the
they had
Namekian
created.
thing. Just
Thus began the Witness's pursuit
as they told us early on in the game.
on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
Really want to do this final shape thing, huh? The final triangle, circle, final shape's a square. What in their right mind thinks they're like, hey guys, let's all drink the Kool-Aid and die together so we can fuse together to become this thing. Which would make sense because from Lightfall, how it's Essie and her friend was uploading consciousness into the veil thing majiggy, which ended up becoming the, what is it called, the terminal in Lightfall, the little social internet structure thing they do. It's kind of like that, except this is much a more larger scale using the veil into one entity. Still, that's really petty of them. They're like, oh man, we can't be having all these natural disasters happening. We gotta get rid of the traveler. Like, what? That's some petty ass shit. Unless I'm so wrong.
Well, now we've heard what Asa had to tell us. We know our enemy better than ever. To think that it all started with the need for purpose. How that need became an obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it. This mission, it's my purpose, my reason for being. My guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do. And that lack of direction, it's harder to face than 1,000 battles. I felt the same about my previous mission when I held the line on Titan. And if I'm being honest, it feels like I failed. I survived, but for what reason? What was it all meant to achieve? The only answer I've found is to learn what Asa knows. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Our link ended before Asa could explain how to get through the portal. The bond took its toll. But we'll both be ready again soon. When that time has come and gone, then I can feel like I accomplished the mission.
Change of plans. Xivu Arath struck while you were returning from the dive. Hive deception slipped through our guard, and Asa was targeted by a Hive ritual. Xivu Arath's voice tore through the air like a wall of swords. We think it wounded Asa, but she swam off to try and interrupt the ritual before we could do anything. Zavala and Sloan are tracking her to the ritual site, and I am mobilizing the Iron War beasts to support them. We need you in the fight, Guardian. I'm sending coordinates to your ghost, but we have no idea what to expect there. Deploy to the ritual site and disrupt the Hive. The hunt is on.
You never did tell me why you trust the Nine so much.
Oh, I don't. Not even a little. I trust Orin.
Orin.
Long story. The short of it is, I may have had a feeling or two for somebody a long time ago.
Aww.
Somebody that lost themselves along.
Isn't Orin the embassy and the ambassador? No, the Nine thing. Speaker of the Nine, the blue people. She was in the season of the Drifter, right? It was that one, Orin. And then because Orin was telling, hey, Drifter, you gotta get back to do the thing that they tell you to do. And Drifter's like, nah, this is all lie. I don't believe it. Because or I think it was Orin, right? It was like, yeah, no, you're doing the thing they want you to do. So what you're doing is going along with them, essentially, right?
On the way.
Like his own identity and all that.
Of her still out there, a sliver, who still has a feeling or two for the somebody I could be. So I trust her, because she ain't never steered me wrong, no matter how rotten I was. Because at the end of the day, maybe we gotta put our faith in something other than ourselves, even if we're too stubborn to admit it.
I didn't expect you to put a lot of stock in faith.
And I didn't expect you to lose yours and keep moving. Guess we're all full of surprises, ain't we?
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're being genuine.
Oh, I'm always genuine. People just ain't always paying attention. For real, though, Moondust might have given me a push. Thought it'd help.
Sounds like familiar advice. Is it though? Helping?
No joke? I think so.
Then we have that in common too.
Fire team, check in. I've reached my position on the left flank. I've encountered a ritual.
I'm setting up on the right. Looks like a smaller ritual site here, too.
Pushing toward the commander's position now.
My drop pod is deploying to your location, Sloan. Drifter, you're on
Damn,
top.
everyone's pulling up.
Well, all right.
It's too bad we won't ever see it.
Spiking up ahead of you, hero.
My complaint
That must be
about
awesome.
Destiny. All these awesome characters, but you never use them in combat or anything. I mean, they never show up during the fight. Imagine you do a raid and then Zavala, Saladin, Saint 14, Sloan, Drifter are all there. That'd be amazing, but they won't ever do that.
Guardian's almost there. Dropping a ping to the fire team.
Taking fire. Repositioning.
I've got you.
They are overrunning.
Like, they could do that with the robots, and I think, what was it, Mithrax helping us in one mission? Like, he was actually there helping us. Most I've seen Zavala do is pop a bubble during the very beginning with the attack, and Ikora popping in doing a Nova bomb, and that's essentially it.
Out of position. Zavala! Drop wards and focus fire on their ritualists. No one gets past us.
The coward's flesh must burn.
Wait.
Rescue Asa.
These rituals. They're trying to take Asa.
That's a whole lot of magic.
Oh, whoa,
And
a
I
taken
bet those
Asa?
wizards are holding the reins. Get in there and start breaking things.
Disrupt the ritual.
Every wizard you put in the dirt makes a dent. Plug away, hero.
Asa just got a second wind, Guardian. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
War beasts, deploy. You will take that position.
Warrior of the sky.
Hold on, Asa. We're coming.
The coward flesh.
Asa's gonna get taken, right? There's no... I'm thinking of the long game here. Because all of this got to be added up to the final shape. I can't imagine taking Asa being one of the raid boss or something.
Warrior of the sky.
Hold on, Asa. We're coming.
Shiva Rav is so
War beasts,
crazy.
Deploy. You will take that position.
Excellent work, Guardian. Fire team,
The
check in.
Iron War Beast.
The coward flesh must be taken.
Cutscene? Or... Oh man, I love that sword.
Zeborath's forces are in full retreat.
Good. Time to complete the mission.
Our dance will never end.
Oh, she was already possessed.
War. You carry my banner. Cling to me like hope. What are you?
Oh, and she was
without
crying
me?
for being.
Sink into my embrace. Drown in the deep.
When she is scared.
Forever.
Stand down, Deputy.
How did they not know that's a
Sometimes the
Shivu?
battle is stepping away from the battle.
What? I don't know how that makes sense.
We're with you all the way.
But what Saint 14 said was right. Eventually, she'll just break. This was it. I guess all that time in that corner.
Lies obscured. But she knows the way. She who hides truth in deception. The
Savathun.
witch queen
Yep.
must rise.
What? Again? There's no way, because I don't see her. She wasn't in Season of the Wish, right? Oh wait, unless they're talking about, hey, we gotta bring her back for a projection or something. I know I'm stopping the cutscene, but that's what you guys hear for my thoughts. If you want to watch the cutscene your own, you could. It's right there. The link's down there. You know. I mean, kind of like what they did with Riven, where they kind of just summon her astral form of her. She's not really back. Is it dying? That was her final hurrah? Or is she sleeping, slumbering?
We're lying on Savathun. This is what it's going
Even Saint 14 is like, fuck.
Tell me you're not serious.
to. I am.
What other options do we have?
Asa has given us a way to follow the witness.
This cannot be the only way.
Everyone in this room understands the risks. But we finally have a path forward. We can't wait for another.
The Empress won't take kindly to this news.
You stand on her counsel. Convince her.
I cannot watch the Witch Queen rise again, Zavala. To scheme against us. To steal another face? No!
She won't be given the opportunity. Eris and Ikora will keep the situation under our control.
Imaru isn't one to be baited into a trap.
Not a trap. A bargain. We're all against the witness. Savathun's ghost has no choice but to cooperate.
I'll convey your decision and assurances to the Empress. Commander, Guardians.
We tried to control the Witch Queen before. I saw how that ended, Zavala. It is a treacherous path. When she strays, as I know she will, even one claw.
My fist will be right behind yours.
I hope I am wrong. But right now, I cannot see how. Osiris will hear of this. I imagine he will have words too.
There's a long night ahead of us. Let's be the beacons others need to follow. At least until we make it through this.
We did it, Guardian. Cut a swath through the Taken and got the intel we needed. The mission is complete. I've waited a long time to say those words. And I used to dread the moment that comes after. But not anymore. I thought I needed the mission to draw my focus, to drown out all the noise. All of this. But not focusing on it doesn't mean it isn't there. It's a part of me now. I'll carry it with me wherever I go. And that's okay. I'm strong enough to shoulder that weight.
I don't know.
Especially if I don't have to do it alone.
Well, that part
Asa's
changed
in
at least.
Hibernation now. All
Okay,
that
so she's
strain
not
on our
dead.
Psychic link has worn her
So
out.
surely she'll come into play during the final shape, right?
Poor girl's earned some time to rest. She won't be alone, either. I'll camp out on Titan and watch over her. Just like she watched over me. That's not to say I'll never return to the tower. When I do, I know there'll be a place for me. And people to welcome me home. Take care, Guardian. And
So is
watch
she
your
not
back
taken
when you dig up
anymore?
Savathûn. If you take care, Guardian.
I'm trying to look at her
And watch your
hand.
back when you dig up Savathûn. If you ever need to punch her lights out,
Nope, she's
you
still
know where to
taken.
find me.
I thought at the end of this, she either will get fully taken or she will cover. Legacy, into the death. Sloan breathes along away a sigh of relief. The mission is complete, she declares. I waited a long time to say those words. She reflects on how she used to dread what would come after, how she now realized that constantly pushing forward doesn't help her move past what she's been through. Sloan informs you that Asha has entered hibernation, and she will remain on Titan to watch over Asha for now. She promised to one day return to her tower and warns you to watch your back when it comes time to revive Savathûn. If you ever need to punch her light out, she says with a grin, you know where to find me.
Commander,
Still,
on Titan.
I don't know how Zavala couldn't recognize how Shivu or Raph talking.
Zivu or Wrath.
At ease, Sloan. You resisted the will of a hive god. An apology.
Damn, he made that gamble.
Everything I'd done since they took Titan. That was the moment. And I almost faltered.
A metal tested leaves an impression. Something Saladin used to recite when we were young.
It's more than an impression. I accepted a lot, thinking I wasn't coming back. When we secured Titan before, it was survival. But we had hope, a goal. We won, and it was over. This time, something's dragging me back, like that struggle's all there is.
That sounds all too familiar.
Oh?
I was married once.
You're kidding. What was her name, this woman who
Sophia?
wooed old man Zavala?
Sophia.
Yeah,
Together,
they had a son.
we raised a son. Hakim.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Dark Age. I was Saladin's charge. Young, reckless, enchanted by a warm memory now.
I've never heard you talk about those days. Is Rinpier's drunken noodle still there, or did we lose it in some catastrophe?
It's still standing. Expanded, actually. Let's talk in person. I'll clear the night schedule.
Uh-oh. Must be for someone important.
An old friend.
Well, I don't know what I would have done if Rinpier's blew up while I was gone. Sometimes those noodles held me together.
We would have rebuilt it. Brick by brick, if that's what it took.
Fire team, Asa. Saint 14 has you.
Listen up, divers. There are a lot of bad guys out there looking for trouble, and you're heading right into the middle of it. Heads on a swivel. Keep your eyes peeled.
Secure every sample we can for the Long Girl. Then we can send a message to the Hive in a language they'll understand.
Took the words right out of my mouth, sister.
Let's spill into the seas of Titan. Until the tides retreat at my name.
The pressure down here fossilizes the egregore. Looks like blue stone. Harvest what you can, and I'll keep their main guns off your back.
You make a mighty fine team down there. Let's keep it going. Slip the bad guys, dive a little deeper, and fatten our haul.
Oh wait, so this is the exotic quest? Can you still get it? Hold on. Wicked impl imp Okay. So I don't do reactions to the to exotics because you can still get it. So I want to check because most exotic in this game you can get like aren't majority of them aren't really locked away. So all and the activity is still there in the tower. All you do is just go grind it to get the quests. So yeah. And with that, we come another great season. We got a lot of a lot of information that happened in the background while we were doing the other stuff. Happened to Salone, how she was dealing with it by focusing on this whole one objective thing. And then everyone chimed in with their intervention, like Zavala with his, is like, I had a family. There was a time when this is all I wanted. And then Saint 14, when he was doing his thing, locking the Thousand Labyrinth, or whatever it's called. And then Drifter with his, and how when he was stranded on, I'm assuming it's the Witness planet where it's icy cold, and he had to deal with that, and how all he could think about was just survive. And then once he got off, he could never leave the thought, but the burden just gets easier to deal with over time. And this is something she's going through when she was isolated here. And then we saw a sneak peek of that when she was like in that corner in the fetal position, like scared, worried, all the things that she's been hiding away came resurfacing when Shiva Arath possessed her. And then her one lingering anchor, Asha, was there. And then Hope showed up when her beacon finally reached us. So it was cool getting all these characters coming in to try and help Sloane in their own way. Especially love the Saint 14 and Lord Saladin. And then the Drifter. God, amazing. So I don't think Asa is going to be a big thing because they say she's slumbering. Imagine if she could. That'd be cool. Or with the Space Dragon. That'd be awesome. But then next we have the Season of the Witch, which looks like what's her name? Savutun? I think. So maybe it's a projection, or it could be Shiva or Raph. I don't know. Could be either of them, or maybe Oryx. But they said we need Savutun back because she knows the way. Like what? The Veil? And then that's how we get to Season of the Wish, which is Riven. I don't know. Interesting, though. I guess we'll see. Every cutscene up to the final shape. Wow. Anyways, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay safe. I'll see you next time. This 2-hour video. See ya.